Hey guys, Ted from Nerdarchy here, for nerds by nerds. With me are my esteemed colleagues,
Dave.
Nate.
and today we have a viewer request. Enigmato, I hope I pronounced that right, wants us to make a 1,000-year-old chaotic evil mage lich. So, I know lich is, kind of your forte. Go!
All right, so that's all we've got is 1,000 years old, chaotic, evil lich.
And human.
And human, okay.
I already have an idea.
All right, what do you got?
Because of something Nate said, he's a collector.
Okay,
There's my first contribution.
that's
Okay.
a good idea. Well, what does he collect?
We've had 1,000 years to collect things. So, we could go with antiquities, we could go with magic items, we could go with lore and knowledge.
Sounds like me.
I would think
No, we didn't say useless pieces of plastic.
Oh, damn it!
that may or may not be worth something.
Hey, some of that's paper too.
Yes. So I like the collector idea. I would say that some of it is magical, but some of it is more, it's almost like museum-like.
So, antiquities.
Yeah, so he's got some things, probably some civilizations that may or may not exist. He's 1,000 years old, so we're talking human standards.
Or is he a collector of lost things?
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go. It's like, okay, if you've got an artist that was known for a while, but his stuff was destroyed by by such and such, he possibly himself.
No. He was actually a archaeologist or Tomb Raider type character, right? Seeker of knowledge and lore, and he wasn't evil to start with. He was actually probably good. He probably wanted to bring these things forth to society to help enlighten and also learn from the past. And so his curiosity led him to these places to gather this information, find these antiquities, catalog them, study them. But one of them was cursed. And that was the one that turned him into a lich. Instead of having someone actually sought lichdom, he's cursed with lichdom. And but not only that, it part of the curse is it warped him and turned his passion from a passion into an obsession.
And
so
at any cost obsession.
So
Yes.
you could actually go with this, that beyond the item cursing him, that's the phylactery.
Yes.
It just, I got
Like
your
a
soul.
like a cursed soul jar is like, here, your soul's in here now, and your body can't die.
Yes.
Isn't that nice? Yeah, so over the years, I mean, it might not have instantly happened. Maybe over the years, it kind of has slowly warped him towards where this is kind of, it was his life, and now it's his existence. This idea of capturing things and keeping them.
And if you've been around for 1,000 years with lots of spell books, you're probably like going to accidentally learn shit.
Yeah. And yeah, ancient lore and forbidden lore and all kinds of crazy things that would, over the years. Now is he an experimenter as well, or has he just gone for slowly amassing power over time and items?
So I would see it being an amassing. Like he would kind of
Collecting for collecting's sake.
he would be restless. Like he probably would have like layers and layers, like using his spell power that he's come across over the years. Like he's got layers and layers of magical protections around his things, so that nobody can touch it. Like almost to the point that half the stuff or more he doesn't even touch. Like you've got shelves and shelves worth of things.
He's like a dragon with schizophrenia, and he's super paranoid about people touching his shit.
The dragon wants to lay on it and smother it and this and that. But everything it's got a place. He doesn't like things being touched.
Yeah,
it's probably
but not obsessive in that sense. But I mean, he's probably got a staff of unseen servants happening all the time.
And then he goes out and he's looking for things to add to the collection.
But he doesn't look. He has an entire network of. It's like a thieves guild, but kind of like for finding stuff.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, he may very well be the founder of the thieves guild that doesn't even understand their real purpose.
Right.
They're
why am I stealing this statue?
Well, no, it's not that. They're a criminal organization that steals valuables, right? They know that. They're a thieves guild, but they don't understand that the founding principle behind their organization was really just for him to have a way to influence the outside world without actually dealing with it.
Mm-hmm.
sure, the leader of the Thieves Guild might understand who he serves.
Or he might not.
Well, maybe, but
With magical disguises and this and that. I mean, a lich can look like anything he wants.
well, yeah, but that's the true what it truly is, not necessarily who he is. Like he may know, like he may not appear as a lich,
Okay.
but he may be someone that you don't want to fuck with.
Oh,
and the
absolutely.
guy's like, I am not double crossing this guy. I've
Yeah.
seen what he did to the last guy. He like turned him inside out with a wave of his hand, and that is not going to be me.
Yeah, so he could show himself off as even the archmage of the region, or someone of that power, or he could be really low key. So I guess he could do either one, like kind of like the king in disguise kind of look to him, or he could be some kind of regional spellcaster.
You're talking about having schizophrenia. He could totally be like, this mage and having a tower and have this one personality that does X, but then he spends time like obsessing over his collection, wondering, well, what do I have to get next? Looking over historic books and texts, and it's not only just like artwork and stuff that people are stealing, but lost books that might talk about things that he might want.
I got an idea. What if he's got two personalities?
Okay.
One is the cursed personality that is obsessed with that, and also takes control of keeping his true nature hidden.
Okay.
The other personality is a visible public figure of an archmage that has a tower. He's kind of reclusive, but he's actually like, this personality is a shadow of his former self, right?
What he could have developed into had he been allowed to live to.
Right, but maybe he doesn't even know that he's actually the undead lich, because on a subconscious level that he's unaware of, things are constantly being done to hide his true nature, and because he's already reclusive, it's a lot easier for it to happen anyway, because those circumstances happen less and less.
I love this guy.
But if something does come up where someone accidentally learns that he really is a powerful undead, the other personality will take over and kill them, at the very least.
I think we need to make this guy and put this in GryphoGaff. So somewhere, just
Somewhere, anyway.
don't have to plot hole it somewhere, but I think this is a need.
Now, with the 1,000-year-old lich concept, the one issue is you're a mage in a tower who, when people visit him, sometimes they never come back because they found out.
Yeah, but he's a
over the
very
years-
powerful, intelligent person who
Yeah.
can figure out how to do this. And
Well, I mean, like over the centuries, what's the story? Is he the guy's son? Is it like a passed down? Is it a mage tower, and whoever just happens to be the archmage is a person? Is there a lot of interaction with the outside world? That's kind of what
He'd say he was a reclusive.
Okay, reclusive.
yeah,
So he's like
and
an
what if-
archmage hermit.
right. And what if he was an elf and he does live a long time? What if he is one of the races that lives a long time? Or what if he just disguises himself as one of the races? Because in essence, he's still like we would go and figure out the personality for who he was,
Okay, yeah.
and then we'd make the second character, the second NPC of who he is, and then that second one would imprint anything it needed onto the first one to maintain his secrecy.
I see. Yes.
So the curse is really based around that original character. So the original one was a collector for the betterment and the expansion of knowledge.
Right.
Where this guy is a hoarder of, no one else will know this but me. Only I can see it.
Right.
Yeah, rarity increases the value of this. So I have the lore. I'm not sharing it.
Right.
Well, exactly. Like, he may be more interested in the journal of a noblewoman from a lost society than he would be of a powerful artifact that was just made 3 days ago.
Right.
Because of his perceived value of lost things.
Right.
So that's kind of like my ideas. I don't know, you guys.
I really dig it. I think it's an amazing character. It's got a lot of layers, a lot of things that you can use for role playing, for story, and wherever you put him, it's gonna enrich the world.
So the public personality, maybe that's the one that actually interacts with the Thieves Guild.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
only like it's only going to interact with like one person, two people.
Oh yeah, I
Like
agree.
finding someone else finding out who they're interacting with that person, that's like a death sentence, if you're lucky.
Oh, you're probably gonna get turned into some kind of undead servant.
Or maybe that's another collection of vanquished foes.
Just every idea just expands upon how great this thing is.
Yeah, like maybe whether it's he's polymorphing them into objects, stealing their souls and putting them in nice little figurines. Yeah, whatever. What if
I just see these animated little figurines running around doing his bidding.
Yeah, maybe he has.
Well,
like,
no, I was thinking like maybe he coalesces their essence, right? When he captures them and
he sells it to your guy.
yeah, maybe. But the it then transforms it into a figurine that it kind of is like the essence of what that person was. So if they were kind of squirrely and wiry and nervous, maybe it's like a figurine of a squirrel, with almost like humanistic characteristics to it.
And with a little bit of a twist, that's kind of a mirror of what happened originally to him. So maybe
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of like an unconscious. This happened to me and it was unfair.
So I'm doing it to
this
you.
This is happening to you.
That's pretty awesome.
Layers upon layers.
Yeah, and maybe they could even be a wondrous figurine. Or some of them are like really strong players, or like really strong characters that he's interacted with over the time. Maybe they've become more than just simply.
Figurines.
Well, yeah,
of
that could be an
wondrous
interesting way to implement a figurine of wondrous power, and because it could be not a person but a creature as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would be really interesting. Like if they're strong-willed enough and someone else enacts the magic, they can briefly come back to
life.
a form they once held.
Yeah, and that could be a really cool NPC that might have information from hundreds of years ago, depending on when they were put in. They might be a little off because
Or-
maybe they're conscious while
Or
they're
maybe
in there.
while they're in that form too, he can communicate with them.
Or you also have the item could be kind
Well,
of
it's like a creepy, weird dog collection he talks to.
could be like the magic item could have a dual layer. You could either have it be that you can turn into the creature that is a figure or the person. So
Yeah, you can have it either way, or maybe the creature has the personality of the person.
No, but I'm saying
Like
like
a magic dog and
you've
animal or
got
something.
choices. It's like, oh well, you happen to be, oh you're a fighter, so you're gonna appear in your in your garb with your stuff and fight, or you could have it turn into this creature that's large enough for you to actually ride.
Do you think he would have the foresight to do that to somebody that he could then talk to like 500, 600 years later, and they'd be like a living history book in a way from a region?
No, because he doesn't care what's going to happen later.
Okay,
Like,
he's
his
only-
mind won't work that way.
Yeah, so that's like a flaw, is that the way he plans things.
Yes.
Yes.
He's kind of reactionary,
Which
even
is kind
for
of-
a lich, which is strange.
Anything that happens today is meaningless. It's all about what happened before.
Because he's trapped in the curse too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So his thoughts are very much warped by that curse. How he reacts to everything is influenced by that curse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like going off of the figurine, imagine if a party got one of those. They're so boned. He doesn't like people touching his stuff.
Right.
Well, I mean, yeah. Ideally, either you could have some kind of plot with
You have to
a
fig-
figurine
You
being
have to
taken.
you have to figure out how a figurine got out and what the lich is gonna do. When he finds out that the figurine is missing.
We have a human that's 1,000 years old turned into a lich. He's chaotic evil.
Archaeologist background.
Archaeologist
Whichever that would be.
background, sort of. If such a thing, Tomb Raider, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
A thieves guild, and 2 different types of collections.
So would his name be Indiana Croft?
No.
Negatory.
So that's bare bones. I think from there we actually have to break out pen, paper, and dice and figure this guy out. But yeah, he's going in GryphoGaff. Who told it? Who suggested
This was
the video?
Enigmato. Again, I hope I pronounced it correctly. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is a great idea. I hope you enjoyed the video. You can let us know in the comments. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Check us out on Twitter.
You can also join the conversation on Reddit.
Until next time,
Stay
stay
nerdy.
nerdy.
Nerdy.